Ladies calling around churches saying that she has a 2-month-old baby that hasn't eaten because they ran out of formula, and she got a little baby crying in the background. She's not real, but she's testing the churches out to see who would say yes and no to a starving baby. 9 said yes. There was this old guy, he was like, I'm a great granddaddy, but he took the number and the name down and he was ready to go himself, and I thought that was the blueprint, but apparently those 20 other churches forgot the blueprint somewhere. I don't know.
Homeless and sleeping in the car, me and my 5 children.
Damn shame.
Y'all can keep giving the money all y'all churches if you want to. When I tell you I'm done with them, I mean just that. One of my guys that was on the other side of the church, he brings a gentleman to me. He says, Mr. Charles, this guy wants to speak with you. The guy tells me, he says, sir, would you by chance have $35 to help me to get back home to Texas? Now we're in Louisiana. He wants to catch the bus. He said, I got stranded out. I just need to get home. I said, sir, you don't have to worry about that. I'm going to go out to my truck. I'll get you the money. He said, yeah, because the pastor told me that you may be able to help me. I hesitated for a minute, but okay. And I said, hold on, you come on. I said, I'm going to take you to the bus station. I get him there, and he opens the door. I said, hold on 1 minute. I pull out money, $100 bill, here you go. He said, wait, let me go get the chain. Don't worry about the chain. I said, go ahead, get you something to eat, whatever. I wasn't worried or focused on that money at the time. I was focused on what he told me about. The pastor told him to come see me because I might help. But about maybe an hour later, the pastor comes out of some little room in there, and he gonna come straight to me and say, hey, did some guy come to you ask for money? I said, yeah, he did. He said, yeah, I'm pretty sure you didn't give it to him. I said, yeah, I gave it to him, and I took him to the bus station. He said, man, I mean, you're a good man, Charles. You are a good man. He said, but I don't do too much for other people that don't do for my church.
I got home from dropping my car off to get serviced, and all I want to know is, where's my husband?
Fake ass motherfucking pastors. A lot of you bitches right now are single because of your fucking pastor. You said, nigga, you kept running your mouth to your nigga and shit, keep telling him what pastor said. Bitch, fuck your motherfucking pastor.
Just keeping Christian women single, and this is why there are so many Christian single women at the church, literally single for years, not getting married, not getting any type of dates, not getting any type of attention. They might be in great physical shape, they might have their healing journey all, through and through. They're doing the inner work, they're doing all that. They are focused on Christ. They've been focused on Christ for years, yet they're still single, have no candidates, have nobody looking in their direction. The church does not teach Christian women how to date. The church does not teach Christian women to date at all. What they tell us to do is to sit with our hands in our laps and to wait for a man to come at our door. That is not biblically wise.
Baby, let me tell you something. I'm not lonely, I am alone. I am not isolated, I am in solitude. Okay? I am not in a rush to be around you weirdos. Okay? Y'all are weird. Okay? I am in my bed doing my 5-minute journal. You know I got I got the Bible next to me. I'm fine. See, I was all worked up and diddly-widdly and all over the place when I was around y'all. But now I am fine. Y'all niggas stay back. When God sends my husband, he'll send them.
She needs help. She's delusional.
I'm divorced. I've been divorced for the last, I don't want to say, because it's been so long. In the years that I've been divorced, I haven't had a long-lasting relationship. The longest it has lasted, I don't even want to say because it's embarrassing.
How much of a boss I am, I don't care how much money I make. Baby, no, that is a man's world. That's why when y'all be saying, I don't need no man, I be quiet. Because I don't feel like that. Thank you, Jesus. I can handle it. I work hard. But I don't want to handle it.
Pastors, single women run the church. Men don't want to be spiritual, or men don't want to be under the authority of God. That's not necessarily it. Some do want to do it and some don't. The ones that do want this to be a part of their life can't be in the majority of churches because they won't stand for the pastor who's not willing to give the whole truth about what the word of God says about women and family and men and order.
What does a woman bring to the table? She brings her feminine presence, and any well-adjusted masculine man will testify having the presence of a feminine woman that is loyal and trustworthy and at least has a conversation is enough. You see, when a woman buys into the idea that the man is the prize, what happens is she begins to chase. And any woman that's chasing is confused about who the prize is. Prizes don't chase. People chase prizes. Because the world has convinced you that a man is the prize. Ain't no rusty Negro, no prize. You are the prize.
Shut your mouth and your fat ass, boy.
It's that simple.
Black men ain't fucking with church. I used to go to church when I used to go to church, and I used to see how the pastors would always play on our emotions as women. And I say our emotions as women because before I became emotionally logical, I was operating totally in emotion. And so you had all these women would be in church, lying their head, crying and weeping, and their men would be sitting there looking at them like, is she serious? Like, it's not that serious. Like, oh my God, she's like literally crying and Men aren't, you're not manipulating them emotionally, and that's what they're doing in the church.
I want to give all the praises and the honor to Yahawah.
Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah. Fuck you. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Barkwak, Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone. And shalom to the mighty Akim, Wakwathium, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from the sonic captivity, as well as a speckled bird that may look like the other nations but are actually Yasharallah. This is Brother Kawa Cup coming at you with no lesson. Today's lesson is going to be on this whole Christian church thing. I have to say that, oops, did I press something? Nope. All right, so I have to say, like, this was something. It was definitely something. I kind of want to let a bit play because there were specific things that really resonated with me. I'm gonna go into these specifically. Obviously, I'm gonna go through all of it because this whole Christian complaints, the Christian church complaint is a very big thing. But like this type of stuff, I really have to get into this.
Baby.
So bear with me one moment.
Ladies calling around churches saying that she has a 2-month-old baby that hasn't eaten because they ran out of formula and she got a little baby crying in the background. She's not real, but she's testing the churches out to see who would say yes and no to a starving baby. 9 said yes. There was this old guy, he was like, I'm a great granddaddy, but he took the number, the name down, and he was ready to go himself, and I thought that was the blueprint, but apparently those 20 other churches forgot the blueprint somewhere. I don't know.
Homeless and sleeping in.
So over here, this is the first thing that when I heard this, when I heard the original woman, Edomite woman, whatever, do the lesson, that was basically what I thought of myself. I thought, so if I was in the Christian church and I was taking calls like that, and I would say, okay, well, sure, we don't have any we might not have any programs that can help you specifically, but me personally, if I'm representing the church and we say, oh, this and that, we're supposed to help people and whatnot, I would just say, hey, I have baby, I can get, I don't have baby powder, baby formula, Sakia, but I can go buy you can come over here and I'll give you the money, or you can come over here, I'll just whatever. Like basically I would have as an individual done it. And again, he literally said that, one of them did say that they were going to do it as an individual, but that also just raises concerns that they as an actual program, they don't have any programs that actually help, even though they keep on taking the money. So it's like, well, number one, what do they think the money is for, and what is the money used for? All right. I mean, obviously, I know what the actual answer is in terms of what the money is actually used for. I know what the money is used for, but actually, what is that one movie? First Sunday or something? Is that a movie? First Sunday. Ice Cube. Yeah, this was the movie where what happened in it was there was a church that they were robbing. Don't know why. Well, kind of do what? No, it's funny. Slocky is funny, but basically there was a church that these two Tracy Morgan, I think it was Tracy Morgan, and Ice Cube were robbing, and the church had a lot of money in it. So like they were actually willing to help, but that's the thing. In churches like these, this is, and I'm saying, I have to preface this by saying that yes, these types of churches do exist where they actually, the pastor and everyone, they actually do want to help people, but the general consensus of what they do, it's not to help, it is just to extort, I guess. I thought that was funny, but yeah, basically you see this type of thing, but you know, they don't actually embody what the Lord actually wants and expects from us. Okay, so let me see. Here, oh yeah, this was another one. I have to show this one. You have to see this. Listen to it again. I mean,
damn shame. Y'all can keep giving the money all y'all churches if you want to. When I tell you I'm done with them, I mean just that. One of my guys that was on the other side of the church, he brings a gentleman to me. He said, Mr. Charles, this guy wants to speak with you. The guy tells me, he says, sir, would you by chance have $35 to help me to get back home to Texas? Now we're in Louisiana. He wants to catch the bus. He said, I got stranded out here. I just need to get home. I said, sir, you don't have to worry about that. I'm going to go out to my truck. I'll get you the money. He said, yeah, because the pastor told me that you may be able to help me. I hesitated for a minute, but okay. And I said, hold on, you come on. I said, I'm going to take you to the bus station. I get him there, and he opens the door and said, hold on 1 minute. I pull out money, $100 bill, here you go. He said, wait, let me go get the chain. Don't worry about the chain. I said, go ahead, get you something to eat, whatever. I wasn't worried or focused on that money at the time. I was focused on what he told me about. The pastor told him to come see me because I might help. But about maybe an hour later, the pastor comes out of some little room in there, and he gonna come straight to me and say, hey, did some guy come to you ask for money? I said, yeah, he did. He said, yeah, I'm pretty sure you didn't give it to him. I said, yeah, I gave it to him, and I took him to the bus station. He said, man, I mean, you're a good man, Charles. You are a good man. He said, but I don't do too much for other people that don't do for my church.
So yeah, this was another one where what happened here was you have this pastor that literally said that he's not going to help people if they aren't helping the church. And it's like, well, like, let me actually, as a matter of fact, I was going to say something, but let me pray that I remember which precept this was in. So 6, let's see, no, not 6, it was 3, no, not 3, 3 is the other one, is 23, no, not 23, fuck, okay, I was right, call him MANASHAH. 30, Luke chapter 6 verse 30. Verse 30. Give to every man that asketh of thee, and of him that taketh away thy goods, ask them not again. Let's keep on going. 31. And as ye would that men should do to you, do ye also to them likewise. For if ye love them which love you, what thank have ye? For sinners also love those that love them. And if ye do good unto them which do good unto you, what thank have ye? For sinners also do even the same. Basically, the comparison is if you're doing something good to someone that loves you, you have to understand, like, okay, so of course, like, say for example, if you're helping your brother that is a millionaire or whatever. Let's just say for an example. All right, your brother says, "Oh, thank you, brother or sister or whatever, for helping me. Here's $1 million and stuff like that. I love you. You're for helping me. I appreciate it, this, that, and the third." Okay, but the comparison is, and that would be an example of this is someone that loves you, you showing love back. Okay, that's what you can expect. But when you give to someone that can't help, or you're giving to a poor person, of course, a poor person can't pay you back. Like the example in here, where the dude was saying, "Hey, not this one." The dude was saying, "Hey, I need $35 to get home back to Texas, X, Y, and Z, and whatnot." And he said, "Okay, you know what? Just take 100. I'll drive you to the station. I'll do all this different stuff for you. You're good. You don't need to worry about any of that stuff." He basically was like, "Okay, well, now he's helping someone. All right, he's helping someone." And the thing is that, let me actually get another precept to support that. I think it's Sirach 12. or two. Sirach chapter 12 verse 2. Do good to the godly man, and thou shalt find a recompense, and if not from him, yet from the Most High. Basically, the thing here is, if you do good unto someone, all right, then you can expect a recompense. You can expect a reward. And you also, the next thing about it is, let me get it. It is what was the third one? It was oh yeah, okay, here. Hebrews chapter 13 verse 2, be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unaware. Basically, sometimes you never know who you helped out, okay? The person that's asking you, hey, can I get some money? Can I get this? I need some help or whatever, could actually be an angel in disguise, and that is the Lord giving you an opportunity to say, like, okay, hey, let's test this brother's, or let me test this sister's generosity, and then, okay, here, let me help them out and whatnot, because let me help them out, let me reward them because they did the right thing by actually helping out. Okay, so that's where you get this. Okay, and this is type of example where you said, like, okay, what, I don't care, I'm just gonna do it. I hesitated for a bit, but you know what? Ultimately, I decided to go along with it, and I did it. All right, this is the type of stuff you need to. This is the type of timing you have to be. You have to be on, in terms of, okay, yeah, I want to be on the good side of YAHAWAH. All right, so let's continue on.
You are a good man. He said,
car off to get serviced, and all I want to know is
Because of your fucking pastor. You said, nigga, you kept running your mouth to your nigga and shit, keep telling him what pastor said.
Keeping Christian women single, and this is why there are so many Christian single women at the church.
All right, Slakia, I guess I don't want to go too much into these videos, but yeah, that's actually the big thing where, oh my God, bear with me one moment, Slakia.
Literally single for years, not getting married, not getting any type of dates, not getting any type of attention. They might be in great physical shape. They might have their healing journey all, through and through. They're doing the inner work. They're doing all that. They are focused. They are focused on Christ. They've been focused on Christ for years, yet they're still single, have no candidates, have nobody looking in their direction. The church does not teach Christian women how to date. The church.
So, Slakia, again, as I was saying, the main thing about this here is, I still feel like the Christian church is kind of perpetuating the Babylonian mindset of the women are the prize, the women are this, the women are the ones in power, rather than actually acknowledging the importance of a man, as well as submitting to said man. And one of the sad things about it is that you can see sometimes, because I heard a lot of these different stories where these women are over here sleeping around with the damn pastors and whatnot, or be they married, be they single, be they whatever, where it's like it just turns into the pastor's personal whorehouse, rather than these women actually doing something to find their find their household, find a proper man for them, all in righteousness. But they never perpetuate that, they never push that in this society. All right, so hold on, Slakia, I messed up. Let me keep on going. And you have these delusional type of stuff. All right, let me continue on.
Years that I've been divorced, I haven't had a long-lasting relationship. The longest it has lasted,
no, that is a man's world. That's why when y'all be talking about work hard.
Men don't want to be spiritual, or men
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this was a good. I like this video actually. As a matter of fact,
run the church. Men don't want to be spiritual, or men don't want to be under the authority of God. That's not necessarily it. Some do want to do it, and some don't. The ones that do want this to be a part of their life can't be in the majority of churches because they won't stand for the pastor who's not willing to give the whole truth about what the word of God says about women and family and men and order.
What does a woman bring to the table? She brings her feminine presence.
yeah. Oh, Slakia, this is it. A perfect transition where you have this woman was talking about how the pastor they don't want the women because they want the women basically appealing to the women. The women are the easiest. Let me get that instead. Slakia. First Peter chapter 3 verse 7. Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered. Basically, the women are the weaker vessels, and they are the ones that are easily manipulated. So as a result of that, which actually the video at the end of it does talk about it, where women are easily manipulated. And you know what is so fucking hilarious? I remember, I don't know how many years ago, but I do remember hearing, actually matter of fact, multiple times, I remember being a kid listening to the pastor saying, I'm singing in church and whatnot, and I'm over here watching these freaking black women just be like, oh my god, the pastor's telling me the truth like that. Like, what the fuck are they like screaming about? Like, this nigga's not talking about anything. Like, how can you? But of course, like, I think that's, and when I say a kid, I actually really meant to say more so like a teenager. I think to a certain extent, I understood that, yeah, they get emotional from the talking and stuff like that, but it's like I'm over here like genuinely listening because I was I do listen at times. So like, I do listen at times, but the most important thing was like, I'm like, what are they talking about? Obviously, I might not have known everything or been the most in the know type of person, but it's like I'm over here listening to this dude, like he's literally trying to appeal to your emotions like right then and there, and like you're just taking that, like you're just allowing yourself to be led astray like that. And again, like this was before I actually even knew or understood that whole thing about women being emotional creatures and stuff like that. But I was still able to say, like, what the fuck are you, like, why are you getting emotional over this clear, like, general bullshit? Like it's kind of like saying treat others the way you want to be treated. That's a sermon, and then like everyone, all the women are getting emotional saying, yes, you need to treat people the way you want to be treated. And it's like, that's common fucking sense. Why are you getting emotional over that type of stuff? Like I don't know, but whatever. And that's always something that I felt like I could literally do that if I took the time out of my day. I could practice doing that whole emotional manipulation bullshit. But obviously I'm not going to do it because I'm not trying to get in trouble with YAHAWASHI. I'm not trying to get destroyed by YAHAWASHI. But I just feel like that's the type of stuff that you really want to be aware of and be careful of, because it's just something. But anyway, continuing on.
And any well-adjusted masculine man will testify having, what does a woman bring to the table? She brings her feminine presence. And any well-adjusted masculine man will testify having the presence of a feminine woman that is loyal and trustworthy and at least has a conversation is enough. You see when
Slakia, so basically, I want you to take key note of that, because he basically insulted men for saying that a woman should bring something to the table, and the way he does it is that, let's actually go back to the start.
About women and family and men and order.
What does a woman bring to the table? She brings her feminine presence. And any well-adjusted masculine man will test.
Basically, that's how you insult people. That's how you show put a passive aggression on people. Because when you are trying to make an argument. When you're trying to make an argument, you basically, when you're trying to convince someone, basically, you kind of frame, when you're speaking, you frame things a certain way in order to make your side look definitive and logical. And when he speaks like this, Saki, when he speaks like this, he says any good man, basically, like to simplify it even more, and he basically says, but without making it so obvious, he basically says any good man will say that a woman doesn't need to do anything. All she needs to do is just be a woman and be there and exist, rather than actually bringing something to the table. And that's basically how how people do their manipulations in that sense, where you have women that are listening to this, like the example, you can see that. Yes, you can see it. Like this example, like this example,
and diddly widdly and all over the place when I was.
But yeah, you have a woman like her that's gonna listen to this guy and then think that, oh yeah, he is saying that I don't have to do anything. I just to stay here and look pretty, and then the Lord is gonna give me some man that's gonna kiss my ass or whatever. All right, so that's basically something to remember, as well as understanding and keeping an eye out for when people do, because that's actually one of those I think, I don't want to say political moves, but like arguing methods that people do. But yeah, we're not talking about that. But basically, you understand how the thing is that at the end of the day, the true reality of it is that a good man is a prize, because a man that actually takes care of his family, or actually wants to take care of his family, and is capable of taking care of his family, and more and most importantly, all right, that is a man of the Lord, because that's really the truth of the matter of it is. That is the type of man that these women are supposed to be chasing. Women are supposed to be chasing after these men. And even relationships, I think, I forgot where the statistic was, but I heard that a statistic where women like the man more than the man likes the woman, those tend to do a lot better, because it's a lot easier for the relationship to I forgot what the term, how to change the term, but to be maintenance, because the woman barely has to. Men are a lot easier to please, whereas women, when they have high standards and all that bullshit, they are a lot harder to please in general, or even then, you can just never please a woman in general. All right, so basically, there is that where it is important that a woman is there's another video actually I want to get. This is way too long, but whatever, we're gonna get it anyway. Call him LAWAYA. I got it.
I call my husband daddy in the bedroom and sir when he's handling business. I am a wife, I am soft, and I am happier, wetter, clearly leads. Why is this? Couples who is enough to flood Fact number 2, egalitarian marriages die fastest. A 20-year University of Norway study showed that couples who split chores 50-50 and take turns leading have a divorce rate 50% higher than those where the man clearly leads. Why is this? Because the polarity collapses, the tension dies, and the bedroom gets cold. Fact number 3, masculine leadership creates feminine surrender and insane loyalty. It's as simple as that. When a woman feels her man is fully in charge of direction and protection, her oxytocin, her hair.
Oh yeah, whatever. Anyway, we get the point. I will link this in the video in the description so you can come and check it out yourself. It is a very interesting watch. All right, a lot of the information and stuff like that definitely was surprised when I first saw it. I didn't know. I mean, obviously, there to a certain extent, I knew, and you would expect, because this is how the Lord, YAHAWAH, set things out to be. But yet, because Esau is making things unnatural, and that's where like that disconnect comes into play. But definitely go check this out. There's both videos in the description. But let's continue on with this. Oh, I forgot.
Masculine man will forsake that the man is the prize. What happens is she begins to chase. And any woman that's chasing is confused about who the prize is. Prizes don't chase. People chase prizes. Because the world has convinced you that a man is the prize. Ain't no rusty Negro, no prize. You are the prize.
Shut your mouth and your fat ass, boy.
It's that simple.
Black men ain't fucking with church. I used to go to church and I used to see how the pastors would always play on our emotions as women. And I say our emotions as women because before I became emotionally logical, I was operating totally in emotion. And so you had all these women would be in church, lying their head, crying and weeping, and their men would be sitting there looking at them like, is she serious? Like, it's not that serious. Like, oh my God, she's like literally crying and da-da-da. Men aren't, you're not manipulating them emotionally, and that's what they're doing in the church.
I want to give all the praise.
Yeah, and that I literally just told you and showed you that example where I said like, okay, well, I saw when I was in church one time when I was actually listening, because I do listen a lot. I tried to like get an understanding, and even then when I actually tried, it's like I'm over here listening to this 1 or 2 hour fucking sermon of butt fuck all. I don't even know what it is. All right, and then I only get one small thing out of it. I feel like, okay, like this is kind of bullshit, but whatever. Like you could have said this in like maybe 5-10 minutes or so, but whatever. Okay. Where is I at? But yeah, that's basically the thing where women are oftentimes easy to emotionally manipulate, and they prey on the stuff. That's why the church as a whole is not useful, or it's not good, because they're not actually doing anything to help the people. They're not helping the women, the single women, get married. They're not helping, especially when the Lord said marriage is a beautiful thing, although there's some, I guess, terms and conditions and disclaimers that belong in it, but whatever. All right. But yeah, it's still not, what's the word, the best thing. Anyway, continuing on, Matthew chapter 6, verse 1, take heed that ye do not your alms before men to be seen of them, otherwise ye have no reward of your Father which is in heaven. I actually could have gone to this verse. Therefore, verse 2, therefore, when thou doest thine alms, do not sound a trumpet before thee, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the streets, that they may have glory of men. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. But when thou doest alms, let not thy left hand know what thy right hand doeth. And I want to get I want to get the example of this guy. Now, I do want to say, he did end up, I guess, making this video and talking about what he did. Of course, sure, but I think that in situations like this, and I'm not saying that he did the right thing, I'm not saying that he didn't do the right thing, but when it comes to what you're preaching and what you claim to believe in, he did what he believed, what he genuinely believed was the right thing. Okay, and maybe that was in fact the right thing to do. Honestly, maybe that was in fact the right thing to do. It's not up to me to say whether that is the case or not. Okay, depending on my situation, I might have done it, I might have not done it, or as a matter of fact, I probably would have done the exact same thing. But anyway, the thing about this is how he was doing it expecting, okay, Yahweh, or not Yahweh, but God is going to recognize and see my heart and stuff like that, and know that I'm doing good, I'm doing the right thing and whatnot. But he's over here saying that, well, I'm doing what I was taught in the Christian church to do, but why isn't my pastor not doing the exact same thing? Why did it take the pastor, or let me correct myself. Why did the pastor reject helping him rather than actually help, and rather than this dude coming to me to help? All right, and it's like, well, why did you just turn him away? Aren't you supposed to? Isn't this what we were taught? We were taught to help people, and you're just disregarding him, dismissing him, and stuff like that. Like that's some genuine thing where you, especially when you are taught, help everyone, be good to everyone, be a good Samaritan, all that stuff. But then it's like, well, you're not actually doing it. You're just ignoring us. You're just disregarding us. Like everything that we do, it doesn't matter. Like, we're just supposed to only give money to the church, and then whenever we are suffering, well, does that mean that we're going to be suffering? We're just going to be suffering. We're not going to get any help from you guys and stuff like that. Like, these are the things that to kind of like think about. All right. Hebrews chapter 13 verse 4. Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled, but whoremongers and all adulterers Yahweh will judge. And that's another thing. You have these women that are in these churches that do want marriages, okay, especially when they say, oh yeah, I'm trying to be a good Christian woman, X, Y, and Z, whatever. But then there's also the teachings. Now, I don't want to say that any of the people in the video were teaching that, but this is something that I had noticed in general, because I saw this one Moabite chick that had basically said that how she was she thought, or she was under the impression that God wants her to do OnlyFans. And when I say OnlyFans, I mean like adult content stuff. That's basically what she's saying. So she's that dumb. All right, I'm assuming Chinese, maybe something else. She looked Chinese or Korean, but whatever. The main thing was she was saying all this stuff that she's a Christian and whatnot. She's doing that, and it's like you have these women, these subsection of women that will assume that, oh, Jesus is going to forgive me for doing this, then, and the third, and whatnot. Like, no, that's not how things work. You are actively being wicked. You are actively sinning, actively being a whoremonger, just sleeping around rather than actually trying to, rather than submitting to a man, right? Rather than getting married, right? Rather than being, because women are always picking the wrong guys for the most part, all right? But then whenever, a good man, quote unquote good man, or a man of the Lord or whatever, okay, especially with all the stories I've heard from brothers talking about, not necessarily sisters, but women in general, okay, these women are always just dismissing brothers and stuff like that. And the funny thing about that is how, in general, in the future, what we have to look forward to is the shoe is going to be on the other foot. All right, the shoe's going to be on the other foot, where these women are going to answer for that. They're going to see that, okay, what I was doing, how I was treating these men, these brothers, these whatever. Like, now I see that, I'm going to have to answer. I'm going to have to pay for that. Like, they don't want someone that treats them terribly. All right. So now I have to pay for this type of stuff and whatnot. All right. But Next, Isaiah chapter 32, verse 6. The vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity, to practice hypocrisy, and to utter error against the Most High, Yahweh, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fall. Basically, the vile person. That's a thing where you have these vile Christians, okay, that are hypocrites. They're saying that, yeah, we want people, give the money, we need to help the people, we need to help the thing, we need to do this, we're always helping people. But then when actually being given an opportunity to help, my woman is calling with a crying baby, she needs some money for formula, or she needs formula, we can't help. This dude needs $35 to get home, we can't help. Like, all that stuff, all the opportunities. And again, I'm not saying that none of these churches help. Some of them do actually help, but it's like you as the collective community, quote unquote community, as Christians and stuff like that, where are the programs that actually do that? Because I think, I could be wrong, don't quote me on this, I'm not going to look it up, but it was the Muslims, the mosque, that had helped immediately. The exact same woman that was calling the churches, said she called a mosque, and then the mosque immediately helped her. Like, where are you? We're gonna come. I'm gonna come right now to help you right now. Like, all that stuff. All right, immediately goes to show who actually practices what they preach. Who actually practice what they preach. And that's the thing where Christianity, they preach about helping and all that stuff, but they don't actually do anything. They're not actually about it. All right. 1 James chapter 23 verse 1 James chapter 1 verse 23 is Lakia. For if any be a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like unto a man beholding his natural face in a glass. You're just a hypocrite. You're not actually doing anything. You say, I want to help people, but you're not actually helping anyone. You don't care about putting in the actual work to do something. All right. And damn, this video got long. All right. But okay, here. Matthew chapter 7 verse 9. Or what man is there of you, whom if his son asks bread, will he give him a stone? Or if he asks a fish, will he give him a serpent? If ye then, being evil, know how to give good gifts unto your children, how much more shall your Father in heaven, for how shall your Father which is in heaven give good things to them that ask him? All right, so verse 12, therefore all things whatsoever ye would that men should do to you, do ye even so to them, for this is the law and the prophets. So basically, when you're doing good, don't be doing it half-assed. Don't be, wicked. All right. Actually try to help. Actually do stuff to help. Actually do stuff to improve. And be sincere. Like, okay, well, I'm trying to help. I want to help. I'm gonna do this for you. I'll help you out. X, Y, and Z. Blah 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 and whatnot. Rather than just leaving. All right. Rather than just saying, okay, well, here, just go and be filled. All right, like, that's that wickedness. But with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, Shem, Kwakwadah, double honor to the elders and apostles, the great millstone, above the ball, and shalom.